Hello everyone, it's Leanne. What's going on? And I stared up at the camera for a second and then I realized I'm not recording myself today. I'm just recording my screen. And I was thinking about what to share with you today, and it occurred to me this morning as I was walking with Jacob, and Jacob actually has a cold or something. I don't know. He actually had a fever, but I think that's from the shots he got yesterday at his 1 year appointment with the doctor. But anyway, so he kind of like started, he's been jumping on my back a lot, and I guess he wanted to go for a walk. So I put him in the ergo and I went outside and went for a walk a little bit. I knew he was tired and he had a hard time sleeping because he's all stuffed up. Anyway, we're walking around and I was thinking, I should really do more stuff about teaching because I love teaching. I've been doing it pretty much all my life. I was a high school teacher for a while. I teach internet marketing, and I love teaching, and I know how to teach, and I know how to do webinars. And it occurred to me that a lot of people don't know how to plan a webinar. They don't know how to sell on webinars. They don't know a lot of things, and I've got not only the experience, not only do I love doing it, but I've seen enough sales webinars to be a friggin' expert. So here we go. Here's a quick 5-step how to create a sales webinar. And the reason I thought of this also is because I'm getting ready to put together a webinar series for some joint venture partners. And those of you, some of you might know, some of you don't. My business is Solivay. I promote a business called Solivay. It's one of the things I do. And Solivay is a phone company that runs on the T-Mobile network, and they provide unlimited voice, unlimited text, unlimited 4G data for $49 a month. And so their goal is to save people money every month, to make social commerce cheaper, basically, or to make commerce cheaper. Their second goal is to make it free, because if you refer 9 people, then your phone bill is free. And finally, they want to make it lucrative, and I make money every single month on my phone bill. Instead of paying a phone bill, I make money on it. So anyway, that's Solivay, and I've been thinking up different ways to promote it, and I work with my friend Mark Roth on this. I'm actually on his team, but I build his team for him as well, and I get some perks for that. It's kind of like a trade. I get access to his list, I get to do webinars, and I get to do other things, and you know, in return, I help his people build their teams. So in any case, I'm thinking of different ways to promote this, and I've got a lot of things that I do that cost money, and I thought to myself that it's not always necessary to spend money. And actually, I've been working with a coach, and it's something that I've worked on. Is I told my coach, you know, there's so many things I want to do in terms of traveling and whatever else, and I feel like I can't do them without money. And he said, okay, here's your challenge this month. Figure out everything you want to do, how to do it without any money. And so this is one of the things that I thought up, and I said, oh my God, this is genius, because it's actually going to get better results, guaranteed, because I know how to give webinars and I know this list, almost guaranteed better results for free than if I do paid marketing. So anyway, here goes. Here's what I'm going to do. And if you need to put together a sales webinar, this is that you can do. It's a very simple process, and you'll see something like this or very similar to this or this exact thing every time you watch a sales webinar, and sometimes even a sales video. And here it is. It starts off with a bold headline, which is basically the biggest benefit of what you are selling or what you are teaching that day. So as an example, I'm going to show people how to make $1,000 a month on their phone bill. And so that might be the headline that I put in there. Okay, how to make $1,000 on your phone bill every month instead of paying it. And what I'm going to do, this is not set yet, right? Because this is just the planning, but I'm going to list out all the benefits that people can get, whether it's saving money, whether it's getting a free phone bill, with, you know, blah, 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 everything that I can think of. I'm going to list all the benefits, and I'm going to pick the strongest benefit, turn it into a headline, and that will be the name of the webinar, and that will be the first thing that I say when people get on the webinar, because that's going to hook them, it's going to get them curious, it's going to get their interest, and they're going to want to stay and find out what I'm talking about. So the next step now is to tell your story, to talk about you, and there's a certain technique to that as well. There's a formula that you follow to tell your story, and it starts by First of all, telling people something very briefly that's good. I'm a an expert at blah blah blah, okay, and or I do this and that, but it wasn't always like this. Okay, life wasn't always easy. I used to, and then you talk about how things were back in the day. And the point of this is that you connect with people because they're listening and they're saying, oh my gosh, that's me. That's how I am right now. I'm dead broke. I have $500,000 in debt. I have this and that. I am a dummy when it comes to the internet. And whatever it is that you can tie in. So you say, it wasn't always like this. I used to blah, 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 blah. I used to have all these horrible things. But then I discovered a secret that I'm going to share with you today. And today, again, did you catch that? Did you catch that? I said, I'm going to share, something happened that I'm going to share with you today. And since then, this has changed. Now I make, $5 trillion a month. And obviously I'm just making up numbers, but you want to be as real as possible. You don't want to fake things, especially when it comes to numbers. You want to tell the truth. And that's for legal reasons. Okay. So you want to tell the truth, but I'm just giving an example for the format. Okay. So what I did, if you didn't catch that, is I gave a secret that I didn't give. I hinted that I was going to show what happened that changed things for me, but I didn't give it right then and there. Why? Because my whole goal is to keep people on the webinar to the end. Because at the end of the webinar, they get a call to action and they get to make a purchase, right? I sell them something. So you start with a bold headline, which is your biggest benefit. Then you move on to your story, and you hint in there a little bit that something happened, you discovered something, you're going to share it with them today, and now everything has changed, and now things are beautiful, and every day is pink and green, if those are your favorite colors, and every day is hunky-dory, okay? And people are relating with you, and they're saying, oh my God, if she did it, so can I want to know how. All right, so what's next? You teach something awesome. So on the webinar, what I've decided to do is I kind of stole something from someone else. I talked my upline in Solvay, this guy named Jerry Foster, into doing a webinar for us last time. And so he got on and he basically did the third party thing, right? He did the webinar, he did the sales part, he taught a little bit about it, and he did a kick-ass job. And what he did is he has a guy that replays the webinar for several days. So if someone can't make it on Thursday night, maybe they can make it Wednesday morning. And if not, then maybe on Thursday afternoon they can make it. And if not, you could even replay it at 3 in the morning. Well, I thought about that, and I know a guy who does that. And I just thought, well, I'm going to do this, first of all, without spending extra money, which that guy obviously costs money for his time. Not only that, but so my goal is not only to do this marketing for free, okay, because anybody could do this. It's just about connections. My idea is to have several different topics so that someone might be interested in one way of doing things or might be interested in another way. And so they could actually come to every single webinar, and I might do a better job selling on one webinar than another. And I'm more likely to get that person. That's my goal, to have at least 3, 4, maybe even 5 webinars, a whole series teaching people how to make money using Solvay, how to get to a goal that they have using Solvay. And so I'm going to teach something awesome, whether it's mobile marketing or whether it's free marketing or Craigslist marketing or whatever the heck I'm going to teach. I'm going to teach it, and then okay, so right now we've had 3 steps, right? The bold headline, your story, teaching something awesome, and then I'm going to sell them something. And here are a couple of options when you're selling something on a webinar. First of all, you can show that everything that I taught, you can do in one easy press of a button, right? You could spend the next 5 years tediously learning this and typing every single letter and figuring out SEO and doing all this stuff and failing over and over again, or you can just use this one push button tool, done. Okay. Option 2 here, or option B as I've written it, is in order to do this, you've got to use the tool I've given you. If you want to make money with Solvate, you've got to join, right? Or if you want to automate this, you've got to join this marketing system. Option C, if you don't use the tool, you're likely to fail miserably and remain where you are for the rest of your life. Okay, and that's just a matter of saying it. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to sell people on first of all, on Solvate, on joining, right? If you want to do this, well, obviously you got to be a part of it. And second of all, you want to join the marketing system because it's going to be the way that you automate everything I just showed you. It's going to give you the capture page, it's going to give you this, it's going to give you the training. You don't have to do any guesswork, and so on. And finally, and my son just got back from the park. I don't know if you hear that. And finally, the next step is to have a call to action. I'm going to close the door real quick so I can concentrate here. 1 second. Okay, back with you. So last step is to have a call to action. And here's, so many people leave this out, right? Because they say, oh, okay, I've given everyone on the webinar all the information, and now they should just know to go. No, they don't know. So call to action says, here's your next step. Go to this page, click on this link, do this, sign up, set up your account, or get more information by opting in on this page. You tell people exactly what they need to do in order to join, in order to get started. Okay, so again, the formula is very simple. It's been sitting in front of you this whole time. 1, have a bold headline. Give people a reason to watch the webinar. Okay, it's a huge benefit. Number 2, your story. Give people a reason to identify with you, and give them something else to look forward to. How did you do it? How did you make the change? How did you get to this point in your life from where you were before, which is where I am now? Teach something awesome. That actually has several benefits. Teaching something puts you in a place of giving value. It makes you a valuable person, makes you a giving person. It makes people like you, makes people trust you. Okay, so it goes along with your story. Now people really appreciate you because you're giving them something. And then when you sell, you're simply saying, you're not saying, hey, I want to make some money off of you, so buy this. You're saying, I want to help you. I'm teaching you this thing. You kind of need to use this tool to do what I'm showing you. I want you to succeed. You're going to have to get this tool. Okay, so that's a selling. And finally, the call to action, which of course tells people what to do next. So there's no question, and people are waiting for you to tell them what to do next. And I did a series of webinars for Mark before, for OfferVault. And they were not sales webinars. So he does a lot of webinars where people will come on and they will sell something, and then they'll basically sell it through his link, right? So they sell their product through his link, he gets a commission, they get their sale, done, right? Well, I would get on there and I would just teach. That's all I did. I would get paid by him to teach his list. And so I taught them things, and 9 times out of 10, someone on the webinar would say, tell me what you're selling already, I'm gonna buy it. And I never sold anything. And then I smartened up and I said, you know what, I can at least build my list. And so I started building a list by giving away things on the webinar and saying, all you gotta do to get it is opt in. Okay, so I got a little smarter about it. And now it's to the point where I'm gonna sell something on the webinar. It's gonna be a benefit to me, it's gonna be a benefit to Mark, and it's going to be a benefit to the JV partners that we bring in. And let me tell you about this. If you're thinking about doing webinars to sell stuff, there's a lot of ways to get people on a webinar, right? You can do PPC marketing on Facebook, for example. A lot of people do that. You can do social media marketing. You can invite people via Facebook. I see that a lot via other social media sites, but Facebook's really kind of like the big thing right now where everybody's hanging out. But don't limit yourself to that. And again, that's what I used to think is, oh, if I want to do this, I need to do paid marketing. No, you can do everything for free. And something I heard, I'm going to flip in my notebook for a second because I really love this saying. And I'm trying to remember where I heard it. I think it was on an Empower Network call. Here it is. You are one connection away from exploding your life. And it was this was from Sam Crowley on an Empower Network call, which you can listen to. I'll put a link below if you want to get access to the Inner Circle audios. You are one connection away from exploding your life. And I feel that's so true. And so I'm here. I don't have JV partners. I don't have a huge list. I've got a small list. And how am I doing this is I'm using the connections of someone that I know. Someone I know, like, and trust, who knows, likes, and trusts me. I do work for him once in a while. I'm on his team. And so it's beneficial to him when I do these things. And so he allows me to use his resources to help him and to help me at the same time. So don't think that you need to do paid marketing to do something big like this, because all you need sometimes is to network. All you need is to network and provide value to someone. How am I able to do stuff with Mark? I provide value to him in a variety of ways, and I have provided value to him throughout the years, so that now we have that type of relationship where he'll do things for me, I'll do things for him. And you can get that. You can find the person that you want to be connected with that's going to allow you to explode your business or your life, as Sam Crowley says. So anyway, I hope that's helpful to you. This is something that obviously I'm very passionate about. I don't even know how long I've been talking for, but it is just flowing out of me. So I'm going to have to do some more of these. I'm going to go plan this webinar now because I'm really excited about it. I know it's going to bring literally hundreds of people into my downline, hundreds of people into Mark's downline, and it's going to grow my business exponentially, and it's going to be free. It's free marketing that's going to grow my business exponentially. How cool is that? How cool is that? All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everyone.